Is your website ready for Google site search? I'm going to share some expert opinions and some solid data with you to help you decide the best way to go after this.
Subscribe now for free videos, tutorials and more.
Welcome back to ProfitCopilot.com. My name is MICK, and this is all about helping you to get better results online. So, Backlinko have analyzed 10,000 Google Home search engine results, and I'm going to run you through what they found, and I'm also going to give you some information from HubSpot experts that might not necessarily agree with Backlinko's findings. So how do you optimize your website for Google voice search? I'm going to simplify this and just tell you what you need to know. When it comes to SEO, there is no black and white, cut and dry answers. It's a very murky area where two identical pages will get wildly different results depending on, well, over 200 different factors. So here I'm just going to give you the stuff that you need to know that will let you make up your own mind about this stuff. So here's what Backlinko have found. They claim to have found page speed is really important for voice search. They found that on average, voice search results load 52% faster than the average web page, and those pages load within an average of 4.6 seconds. Now, interestingly, HubSpot disagrees that page speed is a factor. They argue that sites that have good user experience will naturally rank higher. So I think, personally, optimize your website for page speed. It's not going to do you any harm. It does provide a good user experience. So cover your bases either way. Then the next thing they found was that HTTPS, Secure Socket Layer, SSL, is really important. Backlinko found that 70% of all voice SERPs have an SSL cert. But again, HubSpot disagrees. They argue that if HTTPS is an actual signal, then it would be higher than 70%. Personally, I think it's important irrespective of voice search or not. So get the HTTPS, invest in a secure socket layer for your website. Google does appreciate it. It will rank your website higher, and a lot of hosting companies will now give you an SSL cert for free. So you really have no excuse to not use SSL on your site. Another thing that Backlinko have found is that short answers win. So the typical voice search end result comes in at just 29 words, and HubSpot agrees. So that seems to be important. Another signal that they claim to have found is that authoritative domains are very important. Now, this is something that Backlinko and HubSpot both agree on. They both say that Google will try to provide the best, most accurate answer, so therefore it will look towards the most authoritative domain. Another signal Backlinko claim to have discovered is social sharing. They claim that the average voice search result has 1,199 Facebook shares and an average of 44 tweets. But HubSpot disagrees, as you would expect, and they say that Google does not use sharing to determine authority. This has been in debate for a number of years now, but maybe, from my point of view, maybe that the high number of shares is a byproduct of awesome content, which naturally gets shared anyway. Backlinko also found that linguistic simplicity is important. So the average Google voice search result is written at a 9th grade reading level, and HubSpot agrees with that. This comes down to our content being conversational, easy to understand, and Google agrees. Backlinko and HubSpot also agree. So the common consensus is right to a 9th grade reading level. Another thing that Backlinko have found, and I think this is really interesting, is long form content. So they have found that the average word count of a voice search result page is 2,312 words, and HubSpot agrees. So that tells us our content has to be fleshed out and in depth. And in the same vein as that, Backlinko have also found that great content outranks mediocre content. So they have found that approximately 75% of voice search engine results appear in the top 3 results for the same query on the desktop SERPs pages. So that means write for desktop search engine results pages first. That should be your priority, because great content is great content and it will always beat mediocre content. And HubSpot agrees with Backlinko. And then finally, Backlinko have found that 40% of all voice search answers came from featured snippets. So these are really good for optimization and your search engine strategy. And of course, HubSpot agrees. So there you go. I've just run you through all the main points that you need to consider if you want to rank your website high in voice search. Of course, I've just removed all the stuff that you don't need to know and just focused on the stuff you do. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you found this useful. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and you will get another video from me tomorrow. So have a fantastic day. Take care, and I will see you again tomorrow.